Welcome everybody. We're going to do a quick prenatal class and welcome to the people at home. We're in Huntersville, North Carolina at Awakenings Yoga Studio. And we'll get started. We've got mamas in second and third trimester, and Jennifer will be showing some modifications at times for mamas that are farther along. So we'll go ahead and get started. So go ahead and just take your hands and let them face up. And if you would, just take your ring finger to thumb. Just find that mudra as you relax in. As you start to allow for the breath to connect, start to just feel this expansive breath in all directions. Letting the breath out. Just noticing how that mudra allows for this exhale that seems fluid and easy. Continuing that breath, slowly drawing it in. Slowly releasing out. Finding a few more rounds to allow for yourself to arrive. This is your opportunity to take your gaze inward. One full inhale just for you, taking in a little bit more, letting it out. And we'll come into some alternate nostril breathing, some Nadi Shodhana. So go ahead and just take your right hand and give me your pinky and thumb and just sort of rest the knuckles onto the bridge of the nose. And go ahead and block the left nostril, so that right nostril is open, and take a full breath in and a full breath out. And a full breath in through that same nostril, and then block that side. Exhale, let the pinky come off. Release, exhale. Good, drawing full breath in and out. And in, switching sides, exhale. Continuing with your breath, inhale. And exhale fully. Taking breath in, exhaling as you switch sides. And balancing out the right and left sides of the body, continuing on your own. Right side, your masculine side, finding balance now with your nurturing feminine side, your left side. Finding 2 more rounds on the side you're on. Releasing the hand back, finding that mudra of ring finger to thumb. And just breathe normally now, and take the awareness into the spine. Imagine as though the breath travels up the right side and washes and cleans as it exits down the left side of the spine. Inhaling up the right, flushing down the left. We're just cleaning, we're just sort of letting that exhale flush, bringing vitality to the Sushumna, the spine. One more time through in your own mind's eye. And bringing your hands to heart center. Lowering your chin to chest as you make contact there with your thumbs to your heart space. Finding an intention that's right for you. It's a word or a few words together, a feeling, something that's finding you that you'd like to practice for today. Find a breath of it in. Put it all the way down into the belly, maybe even letting baby have part. Breathe in deep. Good. One more full inhalation, making yourself present with us. And grateful for the moment. Good. And interlace your hands. Take your palms up and find a big stretch. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale, just look over to the left. Inhale, sitting tall. Keep looking to the left. Good. Inhale back to center with the gaze. Reach arms up and out. Big breath in. And then trusting the body, exhale, looking over the right. Inhale, sit tall. And looking behind you. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Interlacing palms and just take it forward now. Find a nice concave spine. Find movement from side to side. Just let the ribs have the space between them that feels nice. Maybe you start to make movements upward. Just really letting anything that finds you that feels like space and goodness being a part of the practice. Good. And then just taking big shoulder circles. Good. Super simple. And shoulders back. Good. Just finding some breath. And then releasing the shoulders, softening out all of the movement. Allow for just right ear to find right shoulder. And breathe deep. Soften. Allowing that parasympathetic to turn on. Breath in as we lift the head. Exhale, opposite shoulder. Letting relaxin and all of the good hormones find the body that support your pregnancy. 2 more breaths. Good. Inhaling, lifting the head. And then coming into a space into tabletop. So we'll find some movement, maybe some support for the knees. Taking a blanket under the knees. Coming into table. Go ahead and just find wide fingers, soft tops of the feet to the floor. And find an inhale as you take your gaze up and lift your tail. Good. Exhale, push into the floor, chin to chest, round the spine. Good. Keep moving, fluid breath. Inhale as you look up. Let your hips come out wide. Good. And then as you come into cat, finding all of that good space there waiting for you. Keep going. Close your eyes, perhaps. Really connecting to the breath. Maybe on the next 2 or 3, close your eyes. Really coming into a space that's led just for you by your breath. Inhales and exhales. Good. About 2 more rounds. Finding anything that finds you, anything that might feel really nice for the body. For 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come on back. Take your bolster between your knees. You'll sit on them long ways. Yeah. We'll come back into the breath for just a moment. And we're going to try this rib cage breath. So when you breathe in, you're going to kind of lift the ribs and then release the belly and then release the ribs. And by doing this, you create space and you hold it for the breath and then you release the organs within. So we'll kind of talk you through. So bringing again your hands to your thighs and just softening into feeling supported. Find a full breath in. Let the ribs grow and expand. Soften the belly. Release the ribs. Exhale. Good. One more time. Big breath in. Releasing the belly. Releasing the ribs. Exhale. And on your own, And just come to know, like, how does it feel to be you in this moment? What is the flavor of your heart? Finding a full inhale, just remembering, savoring this moment. Inhale. Good. Opening the eyes. Really cool to come to a practice where we can come back into that pretty quickly after a whole bunch of movement like cat and cow. So we'll move a little bit again. So go ahead and take your bolster away, come back to your blanket. And just start by finding that neutral table again. Look just in front of your mat. Good. Hands wide. And just extend your right heel behind you. Inhale, look up. Exhale, draw the knee in just a bit till it comes into contact, the thigh to the belly. Then inhale, lengthen, look back. Good. Exhale, in. Good, and we're just going super slow for 3. Beautiful job. 2. Inhale and lift. And exhale, soften. Good. And just take the weight of the hips into that left hip bone. Just shift the weight there and find an inhale. Exhale, hips to the right. Good. Follow the breath. Inhale. And exhale back to neutral. Good. Extending left heel. Inhale, look up. Exhale, elbow, knee in. Good. Inhale, lengthening. Micro bend the elbows as you draw knee inward. Good. 2 more rounds, finding space. Beautiful job. Last time, lengthen it all up. Find big breath waiting for you. And exhale. Very nice. We'll just send the weight now into the right hip. Find a breath. And exhale, switch. Beautiful. Inhaling. And exhaling. Good. We'll just take a bent cat. So you're going to take the spine rather high, and then just take the heels over to the right, and then find your gaze back towards the heels. Find just a nice long side body. Breath in. Exhale, switch the feet. Switch the gaze. Good. And it's just fluid movement, isn't it? It feels so good in the body. Finding breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Very nice. Grab your 2 blocks if you would. We're going to come into a space where we can open up the hips. Let me take your blocks away from you. Oh, Mama. Mama don't have blocks. Good thing we got tons of them. You're welcome. Good, so you're going to take hands to blocks. And go ahead and just bring the right foot in between, but to the right side, yeah, of the blocks. Good. Good. And then coming up, maybe even taking the blocks a level higher if you need to. Just an option, right? And we'll have a little bit of movement in the hip joints by inhaling, coming forward, and exhale, coming back. Just a little bit of movement. Inhale, coming forward. Good. Exhale, coming back. Good. Inhale. And exhale. So follow your own breath for the next few rounds. Allow for the movement to be slow, for that range of motion to feel easy. Good. Last time forward. We'll stay here for just a moment. Feel a lot of length into that left hip flexor. Find 2 rounds of breath. Chest is lifted. Breath is on. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, just pull the hips back and allow for that leg to come straight-ish, right? We don't want to lock the knee. Heel down and just lift the toes towards the shin. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, just soften. 2 breaths. drop right down. Breath in. Beautiful job. Good. Come back into table. So you're going to bring that knee back. And come down into child's pose. So just take the knees super wide, toes to touch, and just snuggle back and down into the hips. If you want to bolster under the belly, we can help that out too. Good. And just find some restoration. It's important now, you know, to take care during the resting bits and to really take sort of inventory of how it is that the practice is going so far. Having that mindful eye on the breath, knowing if you're listening as you move, if you're giving your body enough movement, the right amount, or is it too much? Caretaking. Full breaths in and out. Open mouth exhales, let some of that heat go. Final breath in. And exhale. Good. Slowly coming back up into table. We'll bring our blocks with us. Take the blocks to either side. Left foot will come forward in time, finding a few breaths to get there. Good. Good. Finding the level of the blocks that serves you. And then inhale, come forward, look up. Good. Exhale, back just a bit. And keep this range of motion relatively shortened, right? So just a little bit of travel. Just to put some synovial fluid back into that hip, sort of that lubrication for the joint site. Helps mama to feel good. For 3. See if you can follow your breath. 2. Good. Last time forward, big breath. And stay for a moment. Good. Just snuggle into that hip. Find as much space as you can. Awesome. For 3, 2, it'll be a full inhale. Exhale, hips come back. Keep the heel down and just let the toes kind of draw towards the shin. There you go. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, release. And just let that gaze come inward. Allow for the introspection to be of this moment. Breathe deep. Feel the body. Trust that you know exactly how to give and how much. For 3, 2. Inhale will totally come forward. Release. Good. And then come back into table. Taking the blocks away. Good. Go ahead and bring your bolster to the front of the mat. We'll come into Sphinx on our bellies. So if you don't have a bolster at home, you can use blankets, pillows, same things for the blocks. If you have yoga blocks, that's great, but you can certainly use other things around the house, like big pillows and cushions and things. So I'm going to show a modification if you don't have a bolster with using some blankets, but you'll want to come all the way forward so the pubic bone rests just over the pillow. Yeah, so the belly can sort of hang and that you're able to have forearms there. Good. Nice. Very nice. I feel okay, Jennifer? Mm-hmm. Good. Good. This starts to feel very nice when you take forearms down and you'll take hands wide and then take the head up and allow for the chin and the nose to sort of draw backwards. So as they're drawing backward, you feel this openness of the chest. Breathe deep. Good. And just relax here. Find the goodness that's waiting for you. For 3, 2, taking in as much breath as you can. Good. And come on back. You'll just come back over that bolster, moving it away, and we'll find puppy. Yeah, so puppy just before downward facing dog. How about that? They go into one another. So for puppy, you want to keep your knees right over your hips and extend arms long so the chin or forehead can come to the floor. This should feel really nice in the shoulders. Extending arms forward, you'll feel this openness, this rounded downness. The outer arms opening up the shoulders. Preparing to hold heavy things, yeah? Strollers, I think, pretty heavy. Babies in chairs, pretty heavy. We'll get nice and strong. Preparing for 3. 2. Full breath in all directions. Inhale. And exhale. Begin to walk the hands back to meet the knees, coming to table. Beautiful job. Good. We're going to come into downward facing. So just take the toes under. Go ahead and lift the hips. Take the feet kind of wide, yeah? Make space there for belly. And then just find a few breaths, 2 or 3. Just feeling the backs of the legs nice and open. Breath in and out. Beautiful job. Starting to walk hands back to meet your feet. Good. Go slow. Go slow. Good. And we'll bend the knees and just trace the hands up all the way to standing. Beautiful. And just reach arms up overhead. Let's find a big breath in. And hands to heart. Exhale. Good. Now y'all know my favorite part of breathing is cleaning out that bowl. So we'll take feet underneath. And we'll put whatever we want into that bowl of ours, our pelvis, and start to find big hip circles. Now I'll close my eyes to do this, otherwise I'd be wondering what y'all be thinking. So I take my eyes closed and I find big circles like I'm cleaning out whatever's in that bowl. I like to have chocolate chip cookie dough because I know it's good and sticky. It makes me work extra hard. So find breaths and move. Maybe the knees bend. But just take everything into this as exploration of what feels tight, what feels loose, what's flexible, what's strong. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slowly coming up. Arms, inhale. And hands to heart. Very nice. Good. We'll come into a big straddle facing this side of the room for our goddess sequence. So we'll take maybe all the toys off the mat. Yeah, good. We'll find legs the width of the mat and let your toes come over and out to the side so that your knees can travel there. And then arms come up into goddess arms. And goddess is such a strong space to be in. So while you're here, close your eyes, root down into the hips and heels, and start to find that breath. And connect in with that life, that new life, and see if you can feel them receiving this breath that you're taking in. Pushing into the big toes. Breath in. And exhale, stand, hands down by your side. Good. Nice. And we'll just find a nice warrior 2 with left foot in front. So you'll take hands to hips and start to open it up. I sort of walk my feet back. If you take the knee over that third middle toe, and the back foot stays nice and planted, arms just come up into a nice capital T. Softening your gaze and shoulders, just look over that middle finger. Find breath now that you're there. It's just enjoying it now. Beautiful job. Finding breath, full in every direction. On the next exhale, soften your shoulders just a bit. Good. Reach back and make it peaceful. So we'll keep our left knee nice and bent. Just peaceful warrior. And modified side angle. We'll find left elbow to that top of the thigh as right arm reaches. Good. And then dance it back to peaceful again. Going slow, finding as much time to get there as you need. Exhale. Good. Let your breath move you so you're right on time for you. Last time, we'll meet back in peaceful. Big breath in. Good, and then straighten that front leg. And then come back down. Good. Just take your hands to heart, lower your chin down for a moment. Find a cleansing breath. Inhale deep. Exhale. Good, and now we'll take it to warrior two, facing the back of the mat. So super simple, just opening up the right leg. Coming deep into that front knee and allowing the arms then to come up into T. Feeling beautiful expansion through both of your wrists, reaching in opposite directions. Find your breath. Allowing for you to be completely present of the caretaking, the self-soothing you're able to find in the practice. For 3. Beautiful job. 2. Peaceful warrior. Inhale. Right arm reaches. Beautiful. In modified side angle, right elbow to knee. Left arm. Inhale. Find all that goodness. And then exhale back to peaceful. Good. And finding those movements on your own. Giving yourself that empowerment, that freedom to trust from side to side. Beautiful. Giving me chills. Good stuff. For 3, 2, inhale, meet back in peaceful warrior. Straightening the front leg, finding space, coming back into goddess. Last time here. Knees out, toes out, elbows down, making those strong goddess arms. And feeling complete perfection while you're here. Like this is exactly where this gift has led, right? This gift that's been given to you as a baby. And now you're here caretaking it, give it the best possible option. Inhale to stand up. And release. Good. Let's grab a drink real quick. We doing okay? Making y'all work too hard. So I want to make sure you're drinking a lot too. Lots of good water. Lots of good bathroom breaks throughout. We doing okay on that? Cool. Let's come on back down to the floor. And we're gonna work on a seated tree pose from our bottom. So we'll just take the knee to the side and make it a bent knee on the other leg. Yeah, so it's like you're seated into tree. Very nice, good. And then inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, allow for the right hand to come down and just take a nice side body stretch. Stay there for a breath. Good, inhale, come on up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm reaches. Good, try to keep that hip bone down, breath in and out. Good, come back up. And just start to trace the fingers down that leg, going for space in the hip, not having any sort of desire to go any lower than is necessary to feel the awareness of the back of the leg. Go ahead and flex the foot and breathe. Just let the belly be soft here. Good, inhaling and exhaling. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. Come on up. Good. And we'll want to place the feet, right? So we'll take the other foot out. We'll sort of help with the hands. Bring the other foot in and help with the hands. Good. And then finding side bending. So arms up, right arm down, left arm will reach to the side. And breathe. Let the body show up. Side, breath in and out and in and out. Good, inhaling, coming up with the shoulders and just facing towards that leg a bit as you take fingertips, coming straight forward, creating a little space for belly. Breathe in and out. For 3, 2, inhale, coming up, seated. Good. And just go ahead and bring both feet in. We're going to come to a space where feet are flat, knees are bent. Good. And we'll take alternating space for the pelvis, so alternating sides. So you'll take one side, inhale. Keep your hands sort of planted there. Good. This will reset the pelvis and the sacrum. Let the spine feel pretty nice. See if you can close your eyes. If there's anything in there that feels sticky or like it's sort of gathered with tension, see if you can breathe to it. For 3, 2, then coming back. Good. Good. Coming onto your sides. Moving back into table. Finding a cat and cow either side, a few of them. Seeing how you can come back into breath as part of your practice. Coming back into that fluidity. You guys are getting good at swapping props out anyhow, huh? There you go. Find the breath. Close the eyes. Connect back into that space. Beautiful. See if when you take the belly, you can let those shoulders expand. Good. And then when you're drawing up and in, and you push the floor away, hug that new life into your body. Good. Inward. Nice. 2 more rounds. This is something I recommend for mamas to do at any time they're having any sort of discomfort, just to reset the whole system. Good. And then finding that stillness. We'll take another downward facing. Take the toes here, lift the hips. Second time being here, if you want to bend one knee at a time and really let the hips have a breath, take that space. Good. Good. And then walking your hands back. Finding slow movement. Tracing the hands up the legs, getting to know thyself. Yeah. And then to stand, arms will reach up. Big breath. And we want to move slow as we come up so the blood pressure doesn't make us sort of swirly early, yeah? Good. So we're going to take just standing tree to the ankle here to root on, rooting down. Sometimes while there's so much change in the body, the balance, something we still need to come into the practice with. So finding right foot firm to the floor. And hands to heart center. Just start to transfer the weight, just easily, simply, into the right heel. Push down into the right big toe and then start to make a little flag with the left knee out to the side. And just see what it takes as far as rooting down into the heel, growing roots beneath you. And then maybe elevating, growing, finding space, maybe tree branches grow. Maybe you find mudra, exhales. And just see the body's propensity to take on work and see if you can alleviate with making minor movements. Breathing in. Good, hands come to heart. And releasing. Good, coming back into squared feet. Just take arms up overhead, take feet underneath the hips, and then just sit down into a chair, just stabilizing the sacrum and the pelvis. A lot of pain within pregnancy is all the shape change, and so if we can create some stability just with a little squat. And while we're here, we'll work pelvic floor. So just a squeeze and a release, and a squeeze and a release. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Breath in and out. And inhale to stand. Good. And it's always fun to just shake it out. Like just shake the legs out, shake the arms out. Good. We'll come into tree on the other side. Like sometimes if I take it all too seriously, it starts to feel like no fun. So I like to just have a little fun in between. When you're ready, left foot. Just feel like just taking the hips to that direction, how much that changes things. And then the slight modifications, moving slowly as the body adapts. Make that flag with the right knee, hands come to heart. And just find an elevation from the parts of you that are light, the heart and the head. And find a rooted downness with the parts of you that keep you rooted. So the feet and the hips, and in this case, those roots through the feet, through the floor. Breathing deep. Maybe growing branches, extending arms up overhead, doing whatever finds you for 3, 2, inhaling, filling full, and hands to heart, slowly releasing, foot back to neutral. Good. And let's just find a big breath in and letting it out. One more time. Good. We'll find our blocks. We'll do one more asana before we come into Savasana. Just one block will do. We're going to find Trikonasana. So we'll go ahead and I'll move the blankets for y'all. So in Trikonasana, we're going to step forward with the right foot. And as you step forward, go ahead and take the block to the hand. Left hand will come to hip. And you'll extend forward like you're reaching towards the mantle and then letting the block come down. Place it just inside the foot. Left arm travels up as you inhale. Beautiful. Just see what it takes to breathe as deeply as you can. Pushing into my palm. For 2. Full breath, we'll inhale. Step into the right big toe, come up to stand. Beautiful job, bring your block. Nice, you guys are good at this. You need to bring it. Switch sides. We'll face this direction. Good, left foot's in front. Left hand gets the block. I like to take my right hand to my hip and just reach forward, placing the block. And then it's an inhale to come up. Beautiful job. You guys look lovely. Find that breath. Snuggle into the moment of the shape. Feeling connected and strong, like your purpose is clear. Push into my palm. Push this way. Yeah, you feel that. Inhaling, releasing the fingertips. Good. Breath in. Push up, come up to stand. Good. And then releasing the block down, back behind y'all. We'll come back down. So Trikonasana, an awesome, awesome space. Feels pretty good. Awesome. Come back down. We'll have a seat. Just sitting presently before we come into final resting. So maybe finding mudra fingers. And just quieting the mind, stilling the body after all of that good movement. Full breath in and out. 2 more, just like that for you. Peace within the body. Good. Finish coming into side lying. We'll take a nice opening for the body. So preparing with the bolster between the knees, and a pillow for the head. Wow. So we'll take side lying if you guys want to face this direction. So it's a good angle, right? And with side lying, we have the option then of taking the left arm and inhaling it up overhead. So just inhale the left arm straight up. And then bending the elbow, just start to come back a little bit so you can open there, just a little, and see if you can breathe. Find that breath expansively. Good. 2 more full rounds of breath. Good, and just see if in the body you have awareness of anywhere that the body is gripping. See if you can breathe to there. For 3, 2, inhale, and exhale. We'll switch sides, so just rolling to the opposite side. Now we're underestimating the value in a really good pillow, huh? Really good thing to prop with. Finding full breaths, allowing the body to totally surrender, open, breathing in and out, gifting this oxygenated apartment for rent, right? Baby is loving this space. For 3, 2, full breath in. Good, so taking Savasana, final resting in any shape that sounds good to you. So at home we've got a technique called dusting off the day where we take feet up the wall. And so that might be an option. Side lying, also a perfect option. Seated upright if that's something that feels nice. So we'll just take a few moments to get ready for Savasana. And whatever y'all want to choose, so whatever the body's craving. Love side lying. Any blankets to be had? No. Not today, Miss Genevieve. It's warm outside. You good with that behind you? You want more? It feels good. Okay. So we'll take 3 breaths together to take us into this final resting, this Savasana, this place of complete rest. And we'll inhale completely. And exhale. Good. Second breath in. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Letting it out. Let's let this third breath be a sigh, perhaps the deepest breath we've taken in and in and in. Sighing it out, letting it go. Come into Savasana, allow for the mind to connect inward with this wonderful life within a life. This awesome gift and time that you have to be this connected. put movement back into your fingertips and toes. Starting to make any movement that feels like a counter pose, that feels good and delicious for the body. Taking a few rounds of breath to come upright. Taking slow movement and honoring this body. Coming to an upright position, go ahead and draw all the shoulders and ears together. Inhale. Take it back and down and snuggle. One more just like that, just letting it all go. Breath in, draws it up together. Back and down. Good. And just noticing the effects of the practice. When mindfulness draws us inward, and puts love in all of those gaps of thoughts where other things might show up to exist. Taking one hand to heart and one hand to belly. And taking any final time here to connect in, knowing this connection was forged far before the day they join us on the outside. Breaths to connect, any messages of love or excitement. And hands to heart center. Drawing chin to chest. Taking a moment to just be grateful of this time. To slow it all down. Fully aware of the presence of the miracle in which it all is. Hands to third eye. Wonderful day. Love to you, my mamas. Sat Nam and Namaste. Namaste. Or as we say in here,